Good day, everyone. We are Team A, and today we journey through Asian civilizations to explore how art has evolved through time, from the earliest cave paintings to the grandeur of Roman sculptures. First is prehistoric art. What is prehistoric art? It refers to art created before written records. It includes cave paintings, carvings, and sculptures that reflect early humans' daily lives, beliefs, and environment. Prehistoric art often used natural materials like charcoal, ochre, and stone. The art was mostly symbolic and it usually features animals or human figures, likely for ritualistic or survival purposes. So, for the purpose of prehistoric art. So, unlike modern art, prehistoric art was utilitarian. It was used in rituals, hunting magic, or communication. It shows how early humans made sense of their world through creativity.
So, for the Egyptian art overview, Egyptian art flourished for over 3,000 years, emphasizing order, symbolism, and the afterlife. Artworks were made to honor gods and preserve the dead's journey beyond. So, for the characteristics of Egyptian art, Egyptian figures are stiff, frontal, and idealized. Hierarchy of scale shows importance. Pharaohs are largest. Colors had meaning: green for rebirth and gold for divinity. So, for the Egyptian artists and contributions, artists like Thutmose, who sculpted Nefertiti's bust, left lasting impressions. Though many artists remain unnamed, their craftsmanship influenced centuries of art. For the social and political influences in Egyptian art was shaped by religion and monarchy. Pharaohs controlled artistic direction, using art as propaganda for divine rule and eternal life.
The transition to Greek art. Greek art emerges around 900 BCE, focusing on balance, proportion, and human beauty. Unlike the rigid Egyptian style, Greek art celebrated movement and realism. Characteristics of Greek art. Greek art idealized human body. They mastered anatomy, movement, expression. Unlike architecture, the Parthenon mirrored harmony and order. Greek artists and philosophies. Polyclitus, Phidias, and Praxiteles led with innovation. Polyclitus devised a canon of perfect proportions, while Phidias sculpted the iconic Zeus at Olympia. Political and social drivers in Greek art. Greek democracy and the pursuit of knowledge encouraged individually in art. Art served civic pride, religious devotion, and celebrated human potential.
Now, moving on to Roman art. So, the Romans borrowed heavily from Greek art but added realism and practical function. Their art mostly glorified empire, military power, and civic achievement. For its characteristics, Roman art is realistic and detailed. Unlike ideal Greek forms, Romans depicted age, emotion, and flaws, capturing individuals as they were. For the innovations in Roman art. So, Roman art was often state sponsored. Though individual artists were less known, Roman innovation in engineering like concrete and domes remained unmatched. Now for the political influence in Roman art. So Roman emperors used art as propaganda to assert power. Statues, coins, and murals glorified military conquests and divine ancestry. So now let's proceed on comparing the four periods. Prehistoric art was survival driven, and Egyptian art was spiritual. Greek art idealized beauty, and Roman art expressed realism and authority. This goes to show that art evolved with society's needs. Though despite differences, all these periods valued storytelling, symbolism, and identity. Art became a voice for religion, politics, and culture. So, what exactly drove the changes between these eras? Shifts in politics, belief systems, and societal structures pushed art forward. As power shifted, so did artistic purpose, from gods to humans to empires. These ancient artworks shaped modern art, architecture, and storytelling. From museums to movies, their legacy lives on, reminding us of our creative roots. So, what exactly does this tell us? So, this tells us that art is a historical record. It shows how we evolve, express, and endure. Understanding ancient art deepens our respect for culture, identity, and humanity. That is all from Team A. Thank you so much and have a good day.